In this video, I'm going to debate against the concept, the definition, and the word of creativity. The word creativity means to create, innovate, or imagine something new. But the word creative can be sometimes very tricky since you can be creative and do not create physical objects. For example, you can be creative by only imagining new things in your mind and do not apply them in reality. Also, creativity comes from the word to create and not from the word innovate and to imagine it. So the word creativity should cover more things besides to be creative or to create. To continue, I'm going to say 5 arguments of why the concept or the word of creativity is not well used. First of all, many people use the word creative to define other persons, and in my opinion, to say that a person is more creative than other is wrong. Why? Because some people don't show their creativity to the world, and by this I mean that most of the people create many ideas in their head, but they don't put them into practice. Second, we always hear someone saying that they are not creative, or the typical person saying I am creative and others are not, and plenty more comments like that. But that's a total fallacy, since all the people are born with the same capability of being creative. But many people do not stimulate it like others, and that's why they are less creative, or people say that they are less creative than others. Third, like I previously stated, the word creativity can confuse many people, since creativity is not only to create, it's also to imagine and to innovate things in your head. So this word does not define the definition. Fourth, I also think the definition of creativity is not so accurate, since none of the definitions include the things that can affect your creativity in a negative way, like bad sleeping, stress, distractions, and many other things. Last but not least, I want to put a situation of someone that creates a machine that has been created somewhere else, that has been already created somewhere else. And the second person creates a new conspiracy theory of how the world started. For obvious reasons, most of the people or all of the people will say that the second person is more creative. I agree with that. But if you follow the word creativity and to create, both of them are equally creative, since they both created something. So that is why the word of creativity should change with something that involves innovate and imaginate. To conclude, I am proposing a new word of the definition for the definition of creativity. What we know as creativity today should be called TIIC, which means to think, to innovate, to imaginate, and last, to create. That doesn't mean that the word of creativity should be eradicated. Only that to be creative will only be to create new things, new physical things. I know that changing a word is very difficult, but this will only be to remove some concepts of the original and put them into the new one. Also, I want to make aware people of not judging others by their creativity, because nobody knows what is happening in other people's head.